Hello there. Welcome to this pity party of sewing mistakes, men's clothing edition. I have sewn so many variety of projects, too many to mention. Some with patterns, some I didn't use patterns. But when it comes to sewing men's clothing, I tend to struggle, according to me. Perhaps I need to do more of it because I feel like I seem to have recurring problems or something goes wrong. Or perhaps I am too critical of myself. Or maybe all of the above. I'm not a seamstress, nor I sew for others. So sewing for men's garment is not very pressing project for me. First, look at this shirt. Look at the eye-grabbing mistake here. That is a pinch stitch on the neckline. I kept this for a few years now as a souvenir to remind me not to do it again. It's bad. And I also waited to make this video to fix this problem. I'm about 50-50 if I want to fix this problem. Maybe unstitch about 5 inches and re-sew this with a serger. There was a time when I gave myself a sewing challenge. Sewing stripes for men that does not look homemade. I got some right. But this one, it bit me on the neck literally. Yikes! FYI, this is a thin slippery knit texture of a fabric. So yeah, by holding on to this mistake, it is a burning reminder not to do it again. Next is this shirt. My problem is, look at the length of the shirt. I think it is too short. First time I bought a pattern that is a Nomi brand. I think all Nomi brands has a YouTube sewing tutorial. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I've never done a sew along before. Okay, I'll give it a try. This is a pattern by Norris Dantaford. I watched his video first before I bought the pattern and the fabric. I bought 4 yards of shirting flannel and I used almost all of it.
Hey, I'm Norris and welcome back to another sew along. Today we'll be working on my latest pattern design for simplicity, which is 9758.
Overall, I don't like the hang of this shirt. It does not seem proportionate. I followed the patterns for this side.
Now your fabric suggestions for this project will be a lightweight woven, pretty much anything without a stretch and not too heavy. All other fabric suggestions and notions will be on the back of the envelope.
So something's not right here. I'm not happy with it. Halfway to my buttonhole work, I realized that my buttonhole side was wrong. Oh no, what?
Just place it onto your shirt on your left side and then mark your buttons. And then after you make your buttonholes, you want to put your buttons on your right side.
What the heck was I thinking? I wasn't paying attention. This overlap is for a female. Here we go again. I couldn't go back now. One of my favorite YouTuber, Johanna, her channel is called The Last Stitch. In one of her videos, she sewed a shirt where she made the same mistake too. A shirt for her, but she did the buttonhole side for a male. I am so glad she made that video. She's an amazing sewer and book author, and I respect her. She was not embarrassed to show her mistakes. And because of that, I don't feel as bad either. If she can do it, I can do it too. And as I was sewing this flannel shirt, which took about 3 weeks on and off, I found this men's flannel shirt, a warm-up for $12.99, ready to wear. Let's compare. $12.99 versus $45 cost. I get 3 issues in the shirt: the length, the buttonholes, and finding a shirt that costs 1/3 of the price. It dampened my sewing spirit, for real. Next is a men's shirt. Can you tell what's wrong here? I ran out of fabric. This is a fabric with words Margaritaville on the prints by Jimmy Buffett. Jimmy, it's my fault. Joanna Fabrics used to sell assorted licensed fabrics with lyrics on it. Beatles, Kiss, The Who, AC/DC. I bought 2.5 yards of this fabric because that's all they had. I knew I was pushing it. Oh well, I'll figure it out later. And I was right. I ran out of fabric and I couldn't find it anymore. So I had to buy another fabric for the sleeves. And can you tell it's a bad color choice? It does not look good. It's obvious someone ran out of fabric. Me. Something is up with the color scheme here. Not happy with the result. Here we go again with bad judgments after another. Wrong color and not enough yardage. There's some projects that you make that you realize that it's a mistake, but only after the whole thing is finished. And this next one, Norris is back. Norris, what did you do this time? One of us is a repeat offender. Me. Come on, Norris. All I ever did was follow your instruction.
Now, if you're new to sewing or it's just been a while, you can go to our online sewing design school, which is sewingacademy.com, get a refresh, come back and sew along with me.
So I finished this whole thing and I gave it to my love. He wore it, and after a few hours I asked, "So how's the new shorts?" He said the packets are backwards. What? How in the world did I make this mistake? Brain freeze moment again. What I did was, the buttonhole for the waist tie, I put it on the wrong side. So I fixed this problem. I had to create another buttonhole on the other side now. You can't see it, but it's there. So there's now 2 buttonholes for the waist tie on this short. Thanks to this busy print of the fabric, it's not so obvious. Okay, after 2 unhappy projects with this pattern, I had to take a break sewing men's garments. It's not you, Norris. It's me. Well, it's not all bad news when it comes to garments for men. In fact, I have to say sewing for babies, boys, and men are actually easier compared to women. I just have to keep doing it over and over to hone my skills. Or is it judgment lapses? Well, here's the thing. I don't have dreams to become a tailor or a fashion designer or to conquer the world or to be admired. I just make videos. My energy or what motivates me to sew for men is, like I said, gifting reasons, birthdays, vacation trips, Christmas, that type of thing. It's random and an occasional reason to push myself. So thanks for hanging out with me and witness some of my disaster projects. I have seen so many YouTuber videos on sewing advice and tips. Well, I figured they must have made the mistakes themselves to make the advice because you can't make this stuff up. So this video is really my version of a sewing advice too, but with a little twist. I'm not giving you sewing advice. Instead, I'm showing you my real mistakes. Okay, overall, this may sound like a dramatic display of incompetence and brainlessness, but this is actually a motivational video also. If you're feeling down, not confident about your sewing, shiitake mushrooms happens. I hope this video will keep you going. Thank you so much for watching.